All right, this article is the latest buzz. Bear with me as we read all of these statistics. The latest buzz. Your day got off to a sweet start with a chocolate bar during the morning. Then at lunch, you had an iced tea. After school, you downed a can of Coke. At dinner, you drank another iced tea. Now it's bedtime and you're tossing and turning. You just can't get to sleep. Your problem might be too much caffeine. But I don't drink coffee, you protest. Maybe so, but caffeine is in many foods besides and drinks besides coffee. The caffeine connection. How much caffeine is in your favorite foods and drinks? Coca-Cola, 2.87 milligrams. Diet Coke, 3.87 milligrams. Pepsi Cola, 3.12 milligrams. Barq's Root Beer, 1.87 milligrams. Mountain Dew, 4.62 milligrams. Dr. Pepper, regular and diet, 3.5 milligrams. Sunkist Orange Soda, 3.5 milligrams. Red Bull, 9.67 milligrams. Cocoa or hot chocolate, 0.62 milligrams. Candy is caffeine per Hershey's Special Dark Chocolate has 31 milligrams in a 1.5 ounce bar. Hershey's Milk Chocolate Bar has 10 milligrams in a 1.5 ounce bar. Nestle Coffee Nips have 6 milligrams in 2 pieces. Teas have a caffeine per ounce. Black tea has 11.6 milligrams. Green tea has 5.83 milligrams. Iced tea has 5.83 milligrams. Herbal tea has 0 milligrams. Coffee is also in caffeine per ounce. A brewed coffee is 16.9 milligrams. Instant coffee is 13 milligrams, and decaffeinated coffee is 0.6 milligrams. The source for all this information is the Center for Science in the Public Interest. Drug in your mug. Caffeine can make you sleepless because it is a drug, perhaps the most widely used drug in the world. Up to 90% of people in the United States eat or drink something that contains caffeine every day. Caffeine is a stimulant, a chemical that temporarily increases any function in your body. Caffeine makes your heart beat faster and harder. It also causes your kidneys to produce a bit more urine. In small doses, caffeine can temporarily make you feel more awake and energetic. Most people use caffeine to help them wake up in the morning and feel alert throughout the day. In small doses, caffeine can also help people concentrate and study longer. Even though caffeine is generally considered safe, it affects the way your body works, which makes it a true drug. The source. Caffeine is found in coffee beans, tea leaves, koala nuts, and cocoa seeds. Most Americans get caffeine from coffee, tea, and cola drinks. Cola soft drinks have caffeine from cola nuts, but extra caffeine is added. Caffeine is also added to some non-cola drinks, such as Mountain Dew and Sunkist soda. Some energy drinks, like Red Bull, contain a lot of caffeine. Chocolate candy and hot cocoa drinks have caffeine too, but much less than coffee and tea do. The cons. The downside to caffeine is too much of it can make falling asleep difficult. Too much caffeine can also give you the jitters, making you feel anxious even though you have nothing to feel anxious about. Your hands and fingers may even shake a bit. Because caffeine can make the heart work harder, doctors recommend that people with heart or circulation problems avoid drinking coffee or tea. Another negative effect to caffeine is your body's reaction to a sudden decrease in the amount you regularly consume. If you quit suddenly, you may feel sluggish during the first few days. You may even develop a bad headache that lasts a day or two. Overload. So how much caffeine is okay and how much is too much? There is no easy answer. Some people guzzle 5 or 6 cans of cola a day with no problems. Others get shaky hands from eating a bar of chocolate. Sometimes body size can determine how much caffeine a person can handle. Suppose Ed, a big 8th grader, and Amy, a petite 4th grader, each drink a supersized cola. Ed may feel no different afterward, but Amy may be bouncing off the walls. Whether you're big or small, caffeine might be to blame if you're having sleepless nights. Try to consume nothing with caffeine in it after lunch. If that does not help, or if your problem is jitteriness, gradually reduce the amount of caffeine you consume. Don't stop it all at once. Do it over the course of several weeks. That should solve your sleeping problems and keep the jitters away. Question 1. Caffeine is a stimulant. What is a stimulant? A chemical that temporarily increases any function in your body. B, a chemical that permanently increases any function in your body. C, a chemical that temporarily decreases any function in your body. D, a chemical that permanently decreases any function in your body. Question 2. One of the effects of having caffeine in small doses is temporarily feeling more awake and energetic. According to the text, what is an effect of having too much caffeine? A, having too much caffeine can make it difficult for people to concentrate. B, having too much caffeine can help people concentrate. C, having too much caffeine can make it difficult for people to fall asleep. D, having too much caffeine can help people fall asleep. Question 3. Caffeine has some helpful effects. What evidence in the text supports this statement? A, caffeine can make you sleepless because it is a drug. B, a stimulant is a chemical that temporarily increases any function in your body. C, in small doses, caffeine can help people concentrate and study longer. D, caffeine affects the way your body works, which makes it a true drug. Question 4. Read these sentences from the text. In small doses, caffeine can temporarily make you feel more awake and energetic. Most people use caffeine to help them wake up in the morning and feel alert throughout the day. Too much caffeine can also give you the jitters, making you feel anxious even though you have nothing to feel anxious about. Based on this information, what inference can you make about the amount of caffeine you consume? A, consuming small doses of caffeine can be harmful, but consuming too much caffeine can be harmful too. B, consuming small doses of caffeine can be helpful, and consuming too much caffeine can be helpful too. C, consuming small doses of caffeine can be helpful, but consuming too much caffeine can be harmful. D, consuming small doses of caffeine can be harmful, but consuming too much caffeine can be helpful. Question 5. What is the main idea of this text? A, caffeine is a dangerous drug with negative effects that should never be taken. B, caffeine is generally considered safe but can have some negative effects. C, caffeine is generally considered dangerous but can have some positive effects. D, caffeine is a great stimulant that should be taken regularly in large doses. Question 6. Read these sentences from the text. Sometimes body size can determine how much caffeine a person can handle. Suppose Ed, a big 8th grader, and Amy, a petite 4th grader, each drink a supersized cola. Ed may feel no different afterward, but Amy may be bouncing off the walls. Why might the author have included information about Ed and Amy in this excerpt? A, to persuade readers to avoid consuming caffeine. B, to show that caffeine's effect on Amy is better than its effect on Ed. C, to prove to readers that caffeine is a safe drug. D, to illustrate how caffeine can affect people differently. Question 7. Choose the answer that best completes the sentence. In small doses, having caffeine can help people wake up in the morning. Having too much of it can make falling asleep difficult at night. A, if. B, but. C, like. D, also. Question 8. Read this sentence from the text. In small doses, having caffeine can temporarily make you feel more awake and energetic. What else can having caffeine in small doses do to help people? Support your answer with evidence from the text.